I stare at the blinking cursor on my monitor, the last line of code refusing to cooperate. It's nearly midnight, and the office building has that peculiar emptiness that comes when everyone else has gone home. I like it this way, the silence, the space to think without interruption. The project deadline looms tomorrow, and this bug has been eluding me for hours. The fluorescent lights hum overhead, casting everything in that sterile bluish-white glow that makes time feel suspended. Our open floor plan, usually bustling with 30 developers, sits empty. Rows of monitors sleep in darkness, except for mine. I stretch, feeling the stiffness in my shoulders. The ventilation system clicks off suddenly, leaving an unexpected silence that makes my ears ring. That's odd. The building's systems usually run until 2 a.m., even when empty. I just need to focus, I mutter, reaching for my coffee mug. Empty! I push back from my desk and head toward the break room, my footsteps echoing strangely in the vacant space. The break room is down a short hallway past the conference rooms. As I walk, I notice how the motion sensor lights seem delayed, flickering on just a beat too late, as if reluctant to illuminate my path. The coffee machine hums to life as I approach, its red standby light blinking like a patient eye. While the coffee brews, I lean against the counter, scrolling through my phone. A notification pops up. A system alert from the building management. Scheduled maintenance tonight. Elevators offline from 12:02 a.m. Please use stairs if needed. I check the time, 11:58 p.m. Perfect timing. Coffee in hand, I head back to my desk. The hallway seems longer on the return journey. The motion lights flicker more insistently now, and I could swear the temperature has dropped several degrees. My breath doesn't quite fog, but there's a chill that wasn't there before. As I round the corner to the main floor, I stop. One of the monitors across the room is on, a soft blue glow illuminating a small section of the office. I'm certain all screens were dark when I left. Hello? My voice sounds thin in the vast space. No response. I approach slowly. It's Megan's desk, 2 rows over from mine. Her monitor displays a simple text document with a blinking cursor. No text, just that pulsing line, like a heartbeat. I reach for the mouse to close it, but before I can, the cursor begins to move. Letters appear one by one. Why did you stay? I jerk my hand back, coffee sloshing over the rim of my mug. My heart hammers against my ribs as I scan the room. No one. Nothing. Just rows of empty desks. Very funny, I call out, my voice wavering slightly. Which one of you is still here? The cursor blinks for several seconds, then moves again. Do you enjoy coffee? A cold weight settles in my stomach. The coffee mug suddenly feels wrong in my hand. Its warmth no longer comforting, but somehow threatening. I set it down on Megan's desk, untouched. The lights flicker, all of them this time. And for a brief moment, the entire floor is plunged into darkness. When they come back on, the text on the monitor has changed. They all leave, but you stayed, now I'm awake. I back away from the desk, my pulse pounding in my ears. This has to be some elaborate prank. Maybe the security team is messing with me, watching on cameras. Maybe one of the other developers set up a remote access script. I return to my desk, hands shaking slightly as I gather my things. Whatever this is, I'm not sticking around to find out. The deadline can wait until morning. As I'm about to shut down my computer, my own monitor flickers. The code I was working on replaced by the same text document, the same blinking cursor. New words form. The elevator won't come now. I grab my bag and jacket, abandoning my computer without properly shutting it down. The stairwell is just past the elevator bank, a heavy fire door that leads to 18 flights of concrete steps. Not ideal, but better than staying. The elevator button illuminates when I press it, despite the maintenance notice. Relief washes over me. The notice must have been wrong. The display shows the elevator descending from the upper floors, 20, 19, 18. Then it stops at 18. The display flickers, showing strange symbols I don't recognize before going dark entirely. I push through the door to the stairwell. The emergency lights cast everything in a sickly green glow. My footsteps echo as I descend, each sound bouncing back at me slightly distorted, as if someone else is following just a few steps behind. 3 floors down, I hear it, a soft scraping sound from somewhere above me. I pause, listening. Nothing. Then, as I start moving again, it resumes. Something dragging across concrete. My pace quickens. The temperature continues to drop with each floor, until I can definitely see my breath now, clouding in front of me with each increasingly panicked exhalation. At the 10th floor, all the emergency lights go out simultaneously. I freeze, enveloped in perfect darkness. My phone, I fumble for it, nearly dropping it in my haste. The screen illuminates, casting just enough light to see the next few steps. A notification appears. Building security system offline, backup generators engaged. The scraping sound is closer now, no longer just behind me, but somehow all around, as if the walls themselves are shifting. I use my phone's flashlight, its beam cutting through the darkness as I continue my descent. 8th floor, 7th. The sound grows louder, more deliberate. Something is moving in the stairwell with me. On the 5th floor landing, my phone dies. No warning, no low battery notification. One moment light, the next complete darkness. I curse, shoving the useless device into my pocket. I feel my way along the wall, counting steps, trying to maintain a rhythm. 4 more floors, just 4 more. A gust of cold air hits me, carrying a scent I can't quite place. Something old and stale, like papers left too long in a damp basement. The scraping stops. In its place comes a soft, wet sound, like breathing but wrong, too liquid, too heavy. Who's there? My voice cracks. The breathing pauses. Then, from somewhere much too close, a voice responds. Not in words, but in a sound that mimics the cadence of speech, while remaining utterly inhuman. It rises and falls like questions being asked. Questions I somehow understand, despite their formlessness. Well, why did you stay? Why did you wake me? Why did you break the rules? My hand finds the door handle to the 4th floor. I push through, desperate to escape the stairwell and whatever is in there with me. The 4th floor is the accounting department. Cubicles and offices laid out in neat rows. Emergency lights flicker weakly, providing just enough illumination to navigate. I move quickly toward the opposite side, where another stairwell should lead to the lobby. Halfway across the floor, I notice the cubicle walls are different. The fabric covering them appears to pulse slightly, as if something is moving beneath the surface. I try not to look directly at them as I pass. A phone rings somewhere in the darkness. A harsh, old-fashioned bell that cuts through the silence. It rings 3 times, then stops. Seconds later, another begins, closer this time. Then another, and another. Soon, every phone on the floor is ringing in discordant unison. I break into a run, no longer caring about stealth or dignity. The far stairwell door appears ahead, its exit sign a beacon of normalcy in this nightmare. As I reach for the handle, all the phones stop at once. The silence that follows is worse than the noise, expectant, watching. Behind me, a cubicle wall tears open, not falling or breaking, but splitting like skin, revealing a darkness deeper than the surrounding shadows. Something begins to emerge, a limb perhaps, though its proportions and movements suggest nothing human. I wrench the door open and plunge into the stairwell, taking the steps 2, sometimes 3 at a time. I can hear it following, not just behind me now, but somehow also ahead, as if it's moving through the building's very structure. The lobby-level door won't open when I reach it. I throw my weight against it repeatedly, panic rising in my throat. On the 3rd try, it gives way, sending me stumbling into the marble-floored lobby. The security desk sits empty. The revolving doors leading outside are visible just 30 feet away, the street beyond dark except for the orange glow of streetlights. I'm halfway there when the lights in the lobby brighten suddenly, revealing reflections in the glass doors that stop me cold. Behind me stands not just one figure, but dozens. Shadowy forms that seem to shift between human and something else, their outlines blurring like smoke underwater. In their midst stands something larger, its form constantly changing, yet somehow maintaining a terrible coherence. Where its face should be is only a void that seems to pull at my vision, making my eyes water and my head throb. One of the human-shaped shadows steps forward. In its hand is a coffee mug, my coffee mug, the one I left on Megan's desk 18 floors up. It extends the mug toward me, a gesture almost like an offering. The larger entity speaks then, its voice coming from everywhere and nowhere, vibrating in my bones rather than my ears. Everyone leaves, but someone always stays, someone always breaks the rules. I back toward the doors, unable to look away from the nightmare tableau before me. We were here before the building, we will be here after, but while it stands, we need caretakers. My back hits the cool glass of the revolving door, so close to escape. You've seen what lies between the walls. Now you belong to the spaces in between. I push through the revolving door, the night air hitting my face like a promise of salvation. I run without looking back, across the empty street, past darkened storefronts, until my lungs burn and my legs threaten to give out. Only then do I slow, gasping for breath beneath a streetlight. My phone comes back to life in my pocket, buzzing with delayed notifications. The screen shows the time, 12:17 a.m. I've been in the building for less than 20 minutes. A text message appears from an unknown number. See you tomorrow night. Coffee will be waiting. I look back the way I came. The office building stands against the night sky, every window dark except for the 18th floor, where a single light burns, my desk, where I left my computer running. As I watch, other lights begin to come on, one by one, spreading through the building like a slow infection. Each illuminated window reveals a silhouette. Someone working late, someone who stayed too long, someone who broke the rules. I know I should run, should go home and never return, but already I feel the pull, the need to go back, and somehow I know that tomorrow night I'll find myself at my desk again as the clock approaches midnight, unable to leave, waiting for everything to awaken and join what lives in the spaces between.